today welcomed the United Nations Secretary General, that is António Guterres, to the UN complex in Gigiri, Nairobi, for the launch of the landmark expansion, that is of the United Nations headquarters right here in Kenya. Now, the nearly $340 million investment is set to transform Nairobi into one of the UN's most significant global hubs and at the largest UN presence that is in the world outside New York and Geneva, well, further cementing Kenya's growing role at the diplomatic capital of the global south. And the expansion will include a new climate, smart office blocks as a major upgrade, that is of conference facilities, increasing delegate capacity, that is from 2,000 to about 9,000, and doubling meeting spaces, that is at the Gigiri complex. Now let's listen in to what played out and the highlight of the moment.
Not create from unjust borrowing costs and crushing debt burdens to a deeply unequal international system that reflects last century's power relations. True solidarity with Africa means helping remove those obstacles. It means reforming the institutions of global governance so African countries have the representation, the voice, and the decision-making power they deserve, including in the Security Council and the international financial institutions. And it means easing debt burdens, lowering the cost of capital, and mobilizing far greater investment and market access in support of Africa's sustainable development. This is also why the expansion of UNON and the growing presence of UN entities here in Nairobi matters so much. It reflects our commitment to bringing the United Nations closer to the people and regions it serves. Excellencies, dear friends, today we are opening a new chapter, a chapter of deeper collaboration and greater ambition, a stronger partnership between the United Nations and the people of Africa. And I want to express my deep gratitude to the government and people of Kenya. Thank you for your unwavering support and generosity. To all the women and men who have made these projects possible, thank you for your perseverance. And to all colleagues who call Nairobi home, thank you for your dedication.
Full compliance with international health, safety, and accessibility standards. This will enhance Nairobi's capacity and be consistent with its status alongside other UN headquarters to effectively serve as a premier global hub for multilateral diplomacy and international cooperation. Kenya provides favorable enabling conditions, a supportive legal environment, and is among the most cost-effective jurisdictions across all UN headquarters globally. The government of Kenya shall continue working closely with the United Nations and with you, Mr. Secretary General, to strengthen and transform Nairobi as a premier diplomatic, multilateral, and humanitarian hub, as well as a global center for dialogue on peace and security, environmental diplomacy, and international development cooperation. This is particularly important at a time when multilateralism is under considerable strain from geopolitical fragmentation, growing mistrust, fiscal pressures, and widening global inequalities. In this context, the United Nations office at Nairobi stands as a powerful expression of inclusivity, geographical balance, and the universality of the UN system. These challenges to multilateralism place renewed emphasis on the need to deliver mandates efficiently while preserving the core values of the organization and upholding a balanced and integrated approach to the three pillars of the United Nations Charter: development, human rights, and peace and security. All three pillars are interlinked and require predictable, adequate, responsive financing and effective institutional support. I acknowledge that the replacement of the original 10 office blocks is set to deliver modern, safe, accessible, and environmentally sustainable facilities. The already completed phases are an impressive combination of improved accessibility for persons with disability, efficient space utilization, environmental preservation, and generation of clean energy, taking full advantage of our sobriquet as the green city under the sun. Mr. Secretary General, as a host country, Kenya remains committed and assures you of support for the United Nations through a whole-of-government approach, including what we are investing, close to $1.1 billion of domestic resources in expanding infrastructure, utilities, ICT systems, security arrangements, and the operationalization of one
And
shop.
President William Ruto has